This episode is brought to you by Heyday. Feeling stressed? Take a moment for yourself with Heyday. Stroll through rows of golden wheat, tend to cute barnyard animals, and discover the joys of a digital farm retreat. You don't have to hop in a car or catch a plane. Escape to the farm at the tap of a finger. With Heyday, you're not just tending to a farm, you're tending to yourself. Heyday. Search Heyday, that's Hay space DAY, in your favorite app store. Heyday is a free-to-play mobile game and offers optional in-app purchases and random rewards.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I don't know if you guys have been following the videos recently about one of, or just overall, about like just the robot and his fan base, but yeah, no, I have a fan that is, he is highly upset with me, but no, that is something though. You could tell that it's a kid and, he's trying to make it seem like that he's an adult. He even made out some tweet talking about like, so the funny thing is, he takes a picture of a random street. He says that he's on his way to my house. Now, to most people, you would see that and be like, hey, yo, this is crazy. Like, nah, bruh, this is some wild stuff. The funny thing is, the day he posted that, all right, I don't know, maybe, because I'm like, even the day before that, through like that whole just time frame, it has been nothing but sunny outside, right? It's been nothing but sunny outside. He posts the picture. That's one thing about me. I've lived in Washington State my whole life. I know when it's gonna rain. I know when it's just cloudy outside. Obviously, you can tell when it's sunny outside. What else? You can tell when it's snow outside. I am what are they? Meteorologists? Them people that like be talking on the weather on the news. I think that's their name. I don't know. But anyways, you might as well call me a weather reporter. You know, the way that I could be able to tell, like, cause I'm just looking outside right now. It's sunny outside, and it's most likely going to be sunny pretty much for the whole day. They say that it's partly cloudy, and it's probably some clouds scattered, but it ain't like enough. I guess like, yeah, the clouds ain't big enough to cause like, you know, a little bit of a rain shower and stuff. Now, the way that you'll be able to tell if it's slightly dark outside, like it's still light. You could tell that the sun is up, but it's just being covered up by clouds and stuff. I'm telling you guys right now, I am a cloud expert. I am a weather expert. I know any and everything when it comes down to what's Washington be looking like and things. So anyways, he posts this picture. You can look in the picture and see that it's cloudy outside. And the day that he posted that picture, it was sunny. So I'm like, fam, wherever you're at, it's not Washington State. All right, it ain't even the Seattle area. I don't know where you are at right now. And I guarantee and I promise you're not in the Washington State. But that's the thing, though. On some real life stuff, let's just say that street that he did post, I lived on that street. I guarantee and I promise you right now, the thing is this, I will probably go outside in disguise, like cover up my face. Because, no, I do have I bought that. I remember when it was cold outside because my ears, they would get cold. I would buy a ski mask, right? I'll buy a ski mask. I probably shouldn't admit to no stuff like this. But at the end of the day, if it's my life and their life being put on the line, I'm probably going to have to throw the first punch and make sure of it that they don't do no stuff like that no more. I'm like, fam, you need to learn your lesson. But overall, I'm going to just go outside and get the swinging. I guarantee and I promise you, whoever this individual is, they ain't even going to know who I am. I'm just going to go out there and get the swinging. Maybe if I see that they have a weapon, highly doubt that this kid got a weapon. But if I see that they have a weapon, then I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't strike. Maybe I should just call the cops and get this person arrested. Either way, my thing is this. It's not going to be a good situation for you at the end of the day. It's not. All right. That's just something that you have to understand. The way that you're carrying on over some YouTube videos, fam, really? And the funny thing is like he's starting up all these like rumors and lies about me. Like the most recent one that he just posted was that hold on for a second, because I need to find his account and just read out the tweets, because that's what he's been doing. Like, so I'll call him out on what he said. He'll delete the tweets and then post some other stuff. And it's like, fam, my thing is this. It like, if you feel a certain way about whatever I'm saying or doing, then keep that stuff up. Like, my thing is this. Who's gonna accuse somebody of some stuff, right? And then delete the stuff right afterwards. Does that make any sense? Like, especially if I did this, especially, that's like going and calling the cops. Like, you've seen me commit this crime. You go out and you call the cops, and then you tell them, like, hey, you know, there's this individual out here, he's committing these crimes. And then you call him back up later on, and it's like, oh, never mind. Fam, you're gonna be the one getting in trouble. You can't make up stuff like that about people. Like, that's against the law. Like, I don't know exactly where this individual is, but I feel like in all 50 states, even outside in like different countries, you can't make false reports about people. Because my thing is this, like, okay, so let's say, for an example, the cops see the tweets that he's making, and then they take them tweets seriously, and they think that I am getting ready to go out and do the stuff that he says that I'm gonna go out and do, the stuff that I'm doing, whatever the situation is. But overall, let's say the cops seen his tweets, and then they go and they're all like, hey, we're gonna go check the situation out and things, and see what's going on with this TMossBoss guy. They come back, they see no evidence. I explain to them the situation and what's going on. They see that I got way more evidence against them guys than they do against me. You're gonna be the one going to jail. You're gonna be the one going in trouble. You can't make false reports about people. See, my thing is this: if you was an adult, you would know that. My thing is that you're either a kid or you're an adult that needs some sort of supervision. Like, you're not mentally there upstairs or something. Like, you know, you're somebody where it's like people gotta hold your hand when crossing the street, because you just take off running, and it's like, fam, you don't see these cars running back and forth and stuff? Like, what's wrong with you? So, but anyways, no, yeah, let's just see some of the tweets that he's making. So he still has up the one tweet that he made about me where he was like, YouTube, why this YouTuber TMossBoss has been, and just the way that he writes, you can tell that it's a kid, but he was like, has been bully people on YouTube for years, sexually harassment, and he put twords, like he put like word, but he put a T in front of it. I think he was like towards people, the proper way of saying it. But anyways, people online, you need to do something about him. Ban him from YouTube. He's still doing it. So my thing is this: you make a tweet like that, right? Let's say YouTube conducts an investigation. They find nothing. Then what do? I'm saying it's like you cannot make accusations like that. But anyways, then there's all these other tweets that he made about me where he was all like, one where it says TMossBoss killed people, and he's saying that he's going to the YouTube HQ to shoot it up. When did I say that? When my thing is this: it's funny how all the stuff that he's calling me out on, these are the things that Just a Robot and his people have done. So like that, or the things that they've did. Like so the one he was his editor. He didn't go and say that he was gonna go up to the YouTube headquarters and shoot it up, but he praised the person that went to the YouTube headquarters and shot it up. So my thing is like, I ain't gonna ask that question of how come you ain't calling out that individual. It's like, yeah, the stuff is there. I think that's all that he's doing. He's just seeing all the things that Just a Robot and his fans have done, and probably doing some self-reflecting stuff too, because there's some tweets that he made where I'm like, yeah, you probably done said or did some of these things yourself. But anyways, so that was the one tweet. Then he goes on and says in the next tweet, TMossBoss is, I ain't gonna say that word because it's in a way it's a derogatory word to use and stuff, but it rhymes with bay, B-A-Y. But yeah, if you take the B and replace it with a G, he said that. Then he goes on to say, I will beat TMossBoss. He puts an explicit word. Imagine the word base, but take away the B. That's what he said. All right. I highly doubt it. I'm like, I guarantee and I promise you, this kid, he's never been in a fight a day in his life. I'm like, fam, I'm like, I done had arguments that done taken more energy than a fight with you. I'm like, bro, you're not a fighting individual. And he's tweeting this to YouTube. Like, this is what he's tweeting out to YouTube. Then he goes on to say in another tweet, a TMossBoss documentary would not be interesting. His friends and family don't even have nothing to say about him. His life is boring. How do you know that? Who in my friends and family group have you talked to? The one friend that you did tweet out to, they blocked you because they seen what you were about. So really, at the end of the day, who are you even talking to? Like, you're with all these tweets, he's really just talking to himself. Then he says in the next tweet, he was like, TMossBoss, you live, and put a bunch of hashtags down, and then he goes on to say, I'll see you later, old pal. Like I said, if I seen this guy any and everywhere around my house, I'm like, it's going to be more so bad for him than it is for me. If anything, I'm just going to get on the internet and brag about something. But if not like I say, if I see this individual with a weapon, I'm calling the cops. So anyways, next tweet, he goes on to say, I'm working on a room for TMossBoss. When I get him, I'm going to tide him. You're gonna love it. Okay, I'm like, the thing is this, I'm not a large individual. I mean, I guess, like, there have been, like, friends of mine where they say, yeah, you're tall, or you work out a lot, you got some sort of size to you. I don't know, with me, I still see myself as the same person that I was when I was younger. Like, I've been skinny my whole life. Like, I'm not, like, yeah, I work out. I would say that, I'm like a decent size individual. Like, I would say, well, I wouldn't say I'm like average. I don't know how to describe myself. Like, I don't know. I leave it up to the world to decide. But I'm like, it's one of those things though. I feel like, yeah, against some, like, small, scary kid, it ain't even something where I really got to defend myself. I just got to look at this kid and just be like, fam, please go away. Just get out of here. But anyways, then he tweets out, TMossBoss is harassing people. Then another tweet, he's like, I'm working on a book of TMossBoss. Then the one tweet he goes on to say, I'm going to send the U.S. Army to killed. Yes, he said killed, ED at the end of that kill. But anyways, to killed TMossBoss like John Marston at his house. I guess if anybody has never played Red Dead Redemption, the game just got spoiled for you guys, and I do apologize. But then he tweeted out to some OnlyFans model, hi, and I'm like, bruh, they're not seeing you. They're not seeing you, bruh. Then the next tweet, he goes on to say, TMossBoss says, go up to a girl and tell them that you make TMossBoss videos about you. I think he meant to say, how about you go up? But anyways, he says, about you go up to a girl and tell them that you sit on your buttocks area. He said an explicit word. I ain't gonna say it because, the kids is listening. I gotta make sure I set an example for the kids and stuff. But then he goes on and says, and make boring reaction videos. I mean, if you say that they're boring, your opinion, not the rest of the people that have subscribed to my channel and watches my reaction videos. Then he tweeted out to Kai Cenat, because I went and submitted a application for that Streamer University thing. He says, do not let TMossBoss get in. He's a bad person, sexual harassment to people, and make fun of people's deaths. Who? Like, that's the thing. He says these things, and it's like, bro, who are you even talking about? Who are these people that I've harassed? Who are these people where I made fun of their death? That's what I would like to know and stuff. So anyways, then the last tweet, he goes, and yeah, he's just talking about the same old usual. It's like just the good old reliable, where he's talking on my subscribers and views. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, look. All right, I'm gonna just say this. I feel like if anything, I just need to, I guess, not set an example. What are the words that I'm trying to find? I guess, like, more so try to attempt to get through people's heads. I guess because, yeah, he's a lost cause. You can't do or help this guy with anything. He's one of those people where I'm like, you're either going to grow up and realize just how immature that you was, or you're still going to be acting like this when you are, like, you're the same age as me right now. Yeah, you're going to be 28 years old, still making tweets about me, where I'm living my best life, doing the best that I possibly ever could do when it comes down to content creating and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, it's things like that, when I see people carry on in that type of way, and I'm like, fam, what do you have? Like, honestly though, like, just, I guess more so like talking to this guy, but just talking with anybody that wants to, I guess, carry on like that. What do you have going on for yourself? Like, what are your goals in life? Like, what is something that you want to accomplish? And if it has anything to do with me, I'm like, bro, it's like, really, it's one of those things where I'm like, fam, you gotta grow up at some point. You really gotta grow up. I don't know if this kid's in middle school. I don't know if this kid's in high school. It would really trip me out if he's in high school, because I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, if he is in high school, then I already know what kind of kid he is. He's that quiet kid that you gotta worry about. I'm like, hey, look, let's not make him upset. If he says that he deserves a higher grade, let's give him a higher grade, because we do not want him to come back to this school on just a random particular day, and next thing you know, this school is on the news, all right? That's the type of person that he kind of gives off that vibe and stuff. If not that, then it's like, yeah, then he's just that quiet kid, but he wants to talk about people, but he knows that he's not capable of talking about people because he can't defend himself. He seems like that type of person that just he just goes around and upsets people. And it's one of those things where it's like, do you see yourself like 10 years after you graduated from school? Do you see yourself still carrying on in that way? Because I would have to say, like, I remember myself when I was in school, and I remember myself after I graduated from school. Oh, yeah, I was very immature. I was rebellious. I didn't listen to people. Like, that's one thing that I can say about myself. I remember when I started working at the that cafe that I always talk about in Seattle. And I was very rebellious. I remember at times when the supervisor was telling me how rebellious that I was. But then I just remember it's like after maybe a year of working there, sitting down, hearing out people, listening to the stuff. And that's really like just stuff that people need to do. You just need to sit down and listen to people. I feel like that he watches my videos and he's like, oh, TMossBoss is talking about me, but you're not hearing absolutely nothing that I'm saying. And so the thing is that no, I just remember at that place where the supervisor, she sat me down a couple of times, had a conversation with me, let me know how I was. And that's something where I'm like, man, like if I'm ever put in a situation like that where I'm like not teaching a person, but it's like I'm having to work alongside with somebody, but I can tell that they're kind of like in the amateur rankings and stuff, I'm going to sit down and have that same conversation with them my supervisor had with me. Let them know about themselves, let them know how they can improve themselves. And overall, it's like just, watch the work plays out. But it's one of those things where it's like, if I see that there's nothing getting through to them, I'm like, fam, I don't know how I'm supposed to help you. And if you're expecting me to sit down, take time out of my life to help you with whatever it is that you're going through, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen under any circumstances. It's up to you to change. It's up to you. And that's the thing where it's like, I asked that question. It's like, where do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? My thing is this. If let's say you're 17, right? 10 years, you're 27 years old. Nothing's changed. You still doing the same old. And I'm like, when I look at myself, I'm like, fam, if we're even just talking about me as a content creator, or I'm going to talk about me as I did kind of already talk about me as a person and stuff. Like, no, I have improved a lot as a person. I sit down, I listen to people, I hear out what people have to, I've calmed down and mellowed out a lot from when I was, I'm telling you, like from when I was in school, rebellious in school, didn't listen to my teachers, I would rather argue with them. And I had to say, like, I probably would. No, like there are some teachers where it's like there wasn't no sitting down. Like you would listen to them, but you would realize that they didn't make any sense. And it's like, fam, they really looked at your application and they said, yeah, we're going to hire you to teach kids. I'm like, I don't know about that. So, but anyways, I would do my best though, to sit down and listen to them and hear out what they have to say. And then if I felt like that there's something that I got to disagree on, I'm not going to be afraid to let them know, like, hey, with the stuff that you said, I'm going to have to disagree on it. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying, like, that ain't me, So, but no, it's like my thing is this. But if I know that it's going to get me through whatever process or whatever problems I'm having, like, okay, you know what? For the sake being, let me just sit down, listen to this person. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll do that. And things like I'm gonna let you be in control for a little bit. But that's one of those things where it's like be in control of the situation, don't be in control of the person, And that's why I'm like going back to the conversation that my supervisor had with me at my old job. She wasn't trying to control me. She just overall wanted the situation between myself, because it was another employee that I was having issues with. She just wanted the situation to just everything just be mutual, where it's like, hey, differences aside, we getting work done, because it's like we can't get work done if y'all is arguing with each other, or if with me it's like I'm being rebellious and not want to listen to nobody. So she wasn't trying to control me. She just overall wanted me to just be the best possible, I guess, cashier I can be and stuff. And yeah, by the time when I had left there, that was one thing where it was like I seen, even just from that 4-year period of working at that place, I seen how much I improved. Like, fam, like I'm telling you, like just when I feel like I never really talked on this, but when I worked at that cafe, when I very first started, was so clueless. so clueless. Like, you tell me to go get something, I'm like, fam, I don't know where that's at. I'm like, you tell me to go fill up something, I'm like, bro, there's still food in there. What you mean go fill it up? But it's empty, I'll fill it up. But if it's still food in there, I'm like, nah, I ain't filling that up right now. What else? You know, it's like they tell me like, oh, I still gotta stay back and clean up some stuff. I'm like, fam, this is clean enough. I'm like, y'all don't see nothing. I'm like, what else I gotta clean? I'm like, I'm saying, there's like, oh, do a walkthrough. What am I walking around for? I'm like, I'm already tired, been staying on my legs. That was me when I started. And then when I left, I'm like, no, okay, I gotta do a walkthrough, gotta clean up the place, gotta do a double cleaning, because I'm like, yeah, there might be a customer that come through, and they want to get the touching all on the glass and stuff, fingerprints, all that stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm like, you know what? It's been a while since I seen underneath this, this not cabinet, but, like shelf or something. Let me see. Oh, customers be liking to rub like grease and all this stuff. So let me just kind of take like a Windex or some, like spray and, clean underneath there. I'm like, fam, I'm cleaning as if like the health, department people were going to come through. And then I'm like, what else? I'm like, hey, you know, it's like we need boxes. So I'm like, I'm gonna go down to the storage area and get boxes. Like, I memorize where things were at. You know, I'm like, okay, we ain't got nothing there. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see if one of the other cafes got like some boxes or something. Or even if they're all like, hey, can you go over to one of the other cafes and get some stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure. Get to go outside and enjoy the fresh air and stuff. I'm telling you, I grew up in a span of 4 years at that place, bro. I feel like it was long overdue. It was really long overdue. But I just think that another thing too is like when you're put in an environment where you got no choice but to act your age, you really ain't got no other choice. But if you, my thing is this, I had to say, if I was carrying on the way that I was when I very first started, they would have fired me a long time ago. They would have, I mean, I don't work there no more, but they probably would have fired me within the first year of me working at that place. So that's why I'm like, yeah, to that kid and to any other TMossBoss haters, I'm like, yeah, you need to be put in an environment where you need to grow up. You cannot be no TMossBoss hater for the rest of your life. If you want my thing is this, just even talking about just the robot real quick, his mind is already on lock with that. He already hadn't said that the thing is this. He might have not said the exact sentence that, oh, I'm going to be a TMossBoss hater for the rest of my life. But when you pick apart like his behavior and the things that he does, where he says that he's still holding on to grudges from like 10 years ago. And then you see where he's making TMossBoss videos for no reason. If you do the math is going to math. Stuff is going to get the ad and stuff. And you're going to be looking like, bro, what is it? Because even just thinking back when he made that last video on me, talking about where is TMossBoss right now, what was the reason of even making that video? People, all right, because hold on for a second. Let me see how long that video was. Because that video, I think it was like a 5 to 10 minute video, I think. I don't know. But let's see. Where is TMossBoss right now? Let's see how long that video, 10-minute video. He made a 10-minute video about me talking about where am I at right now when it just takes, okay, hold on. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to see how long it takes to type up my name. I'm going to try to have like the world record of typing up the name TMossBoss. Let's just see real quick. I'm actually bringing out a timer. Okay, already on the timer. Okay, start TMossBoss. Search. And it took me 2 to 3 seconds. I don't know, because it's like 3.70, but then there was like that point where I needed to press on the timer to cause it to stop and things. But it took me less than 3 seconds to just search up my name and see, oh, he still uploads videos. So what do you think, because in my opinion, it's like, yeah, obviously, you could just search up my name and see where I'm at. Why would somebody want to watch a heavily biased video where it's like it's gonna be falling in your path of how you view me? Why would somebody watch a heavily biased video about me on your channel when they could just look my name up and see whatever it is that I'm doing? And it's stuff like that where it's like, when you look at, and he uploaded this video last year. When you look at all the videos I was uploading last year and the videos that he was uploading last year, I think it's clear as day. It's like, yeah, TMossBoss is in a much more, yeah, he might not have as many subscribers than you, definitely then surpassed you when it comes to views. But overall, though, he had a much more better year. He wasn't doing no videos, I guess, worried about like former rivals of his in his content creating career. He wasn't doing no videos where he was sitting around defending pedophiles. In fact, the one pedophile that and talking on EDP 445, that I, at one point in time when I was a fan of his, then he came out and was talking to little kids. I deleted them videos. I showed no support towards EDP 445. You, on the other hand, you're like, nah, bro, this girl be having like sleep time conversations with me. She helps me with, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna be in my, I guess like reverse Avengers group and things. Oh yeah, I'm taking advantage of this girl. I'm like, fam, it's things like that where it's like, yeah, when you look at the difference between me and just a robot, and you still see me as the bad person, why? That's the thing where I'm like, I'm not asking y'all to watch my videos. I'm not asking you guys to be a fan of me. I just simply want to understand what is the problem. Not based on no videos that you've seen of me, not based on any interactions that I've had with people. You specifically, what issues? And yeah, even talking to this Twitter stalker guy right now. And this ain't the same Twitter stalker from a few years back. No, this is a different person. But to this particular guy, his name is, hold on for a second. I exited out of Twitter, but let me find his name real quick and see what okay, look, search TMossBoss. At Mickey, he forgot the E in mouse, but it's like, bro, how is you going for now? Okay, but Mickey Mouse 46503. What issues do I overall like have, like, or what's the issue between us? What have I done to you personally? Because and that's the thing, you can't go based off of a video that you watched of me. You gotta say it in your own, like, treat this just like a classroom. In your own words, what issue do you have with TMossBoss? Use full sentences and write it out as a paragraph, because I would like to know. And my thing is this, I'm going to give you, what, I would say 24 hours, but I feel like with this kid, he needs to proofread his stuff. He needs to make sure he writes down everything right. I'm going to give you a week, okay? You know what? Nah, bump all that. No, you are going to get 24 hours. You got 24 hours to explain to me what issues that you can write it on your Twitter. You can write it down in one of my latest videos in the comment sections, whatever the case may be, all right? I was going to leave this situation. I even said in the video that I was going to leave this situation alone, but seeing that this kid, he's like still got a problem, and I'm like, fam, that's what I mean. You're not hearing me. You're just seeing that I'm uploading content, and you're like, oh, nah, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But it's like, write it down in full sentences with all the words spelled correctly, okay? No grammar issues, none of that stuff. I need to know what is the problem. Because I'm saying, bro, there should be no reason in 2025 y'all are making TMossBoss hate videos, TMossBoss hate tweets, just anything social media, internet related. Y'all should not be hating on me in no 2025. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, bruh, I gotta let this go. I'm not getting anywhere with this. I'm not accomplishing anything with this. If anything, I'm just making myself look bad. And that's the thing where I explained it to this individual, and the thing is, he did hear me on that. He did hear me on that, where it was with the tweets that he was making. But it's like, fam, that goes for all the tweets. It ain't just some of the tweets. That goes for all the tweets. The tweets that you are making, fam, you can get in trouble for that. Like, it's one of those things where, I guess, like, if there is a fan of mine, and I'm not trying to, like, put that out in existence, I guess, like, if there are any fans of mine that know how they, like, I guess, get a hold of people's information, don't do that, okay? Do not do that. But the thing is this, let's just say I was on a big enough scale to where I did have fans that did that. And they're like, no, I ain't gonna listen to TMossBoss. He's too much of a nice guy. I'm going to display my villainous, my evilness. I'm going to put this person on blast. I ain't gonna let up off of them. I'm like, TMossBoss can say no, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Next thing you know, your personal information, because that's the thing. People don't be sitting down thinking about that. Karma exists. The way, and it's like when you're making up lies about me, when you're taking pictures of random streets talking about, oh, I'm heading over to TMossBoss's house, I don't think he realizes or understands. I'm like, fam, by you doing that, like, that's the thing. Karma might take its time. Like, karma, I feel like that's like the thing. Like, I'm talking about karma like it's an actual person. It might as well be. I feel like karma is like the real life version of that, like that death thing from Final Destination. It might not get you at that exact moment, and you might somehow, some way manage to get beyond the karma. but karma is still gonna catch you lacking. Like, that's one thing about karma. And that's why I'm all like, that's why with me, I try to do right by people. I try not to get on people's bad side. I'm like, when I go out and about, like if I go out in public and I see somebody acting crazy or weird towards me, I'm like, hey, look, you can act that way. If you do something to me, I have a right to defend myself, but I'm going to just ignore it. I'm going to leave the situation alone. Yeah, I'm probably going to talk about it. Yeah, I'm probably going to warn people about it and stuff. But at the end of the day, ain't going to do nothing to you. I ain't got that type of time or energy, but at the end of the day, I'm going to allow karma to take its course and see what it's going to do. And that's the thing where I'm like, man, karma, it is such, like, if I could just talk on karma real quick. Karma is such a dangerous game. Like, there's been times where I've seen how, like, people have done some, like, overall just wrong things, right? Just did some wrong things. Well, you know what? No, let's just talk on Just the Robot. Let's use him as an example, because I was gonna try to like go, but I'm like, Just the Robot. I feel like that if you needed an example of what karma is, look at Just a Robot for an example. Karma didn't hit him the first day he decided to start going after people on the internet. No, it waited. It took its time, allowed all of these things to be built up about Just a Robot. Him being a racist, him being a sexist, him defending pedophiles, him having inappropriate conversations with minors. What else? Just all of the stuff that he's been called out for, and overall just the things that he might potentially get called out for in the future. He did what? Let's just that one video, right? That one video. And then he followed it up with another video. Then he followed it up with more videos. Got me into the mix. And I'm like, fam, I ain't did nothing to you. Like, that's how a lot of his fans, I guess for those that don't really know Just a Robot, that's how a lot of his fans, him and his fans are. They find a reason to go after somebody. And it's like, bro, ain't nobody did nothing to you. What are you tripping about? So anyways, but karma allowed him to like have all these different things that like for him to do all these different things, right? Karma took its course and it said, hey, at some moment, like, and he probably did like had so many signs and all that stuff. And I think he even is like a biblical person. And I'm like, do they talk on karma in the Bible? Cause I'm like currently on Exodus of the Bible. So I'm like, I'm trying to like read the Bible from page 1 to the last page and stuff. But is karma in the Bible? Let's just see. While the word karma isn't explicitly used in the Bible, the concept of reaping what you sow. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm like, yeah. So there, I'm like that. So I'm like, yeah, they do kind of talk on it. They just don't use the word. They're more so just using the definition or like, synonyms and stuff to kind of like mix in with karma and things. But overall, though, it's like, you're a biblical person. I'm pretty sure you done read the Bible. I don't know if it was once, twice, or however many times you done read it, or maybe he might have just skimmed it and things. But yeah, overall, you reap what you sow. And it's a situation where it's like he had so many signs. He had so many wake-up calls, probably had dreams and nightmares. And he even said it himself. He knew one day that he was going to get canceled. So that should have been a sign right there to let you know you got to change up your act. You can't be doing what you're doing. He didn't, and now look at him. Trying to figure out how is he gonna come back. Came back, I think, for a little bit, and because I'm like, he did post some videos. I know people were telling me that he did post some videos. I think it was on his the channel that I discovered of his. But other than that, like as far as his main channel, I think he did say he wasn't gonna come back until August on that channel. And then with this other channel, it's like, yeah, bro, his videos, they ain't hitting like how they used to. And it just trips me out, like where it's like people be trying to get on me, but I'm like, fam, what about him? But I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm like, but I ain't trying to follow in his footsteps. I ain't trying to point no fingers. If you want to call me out on stuff, if you want to get mad about stuff, fine, go ahead. My thing is this though. All I'm gonna say, karma exists. I'm like, my thing is this, do not think, it is funny too, even this guy that's on Twitter, this like Mickey Mouse person, whatever his name is, but he even has it in his bio talking about trying to live in God's image. And I'm like, does God lie about people? Does God go and make tweets about people talking about, oh, I'm on my way to your house? No. Twitter was even out during them biblical times. So it's like, it's one of those things you shouldn't even be thinking of, no question like that. But yeah, you just got it at times where there's just, there's just kids out there. And my thing is this, I'm like, I guess like more so, how would this kid react though? Because I'm like, it would just be mad funny. Like, let's say that there was an individual that did know how to get a hold of a person. Because I think, yeah, that stuff can't be pinpointed out. Like when a person is making a tweet, it ain't no different than when a person makes like a phone call or sends out a text message. Like cops, they can like pinpoint out where the individual is at, right?
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
And I'm not trying to say this to scare this person. Like, no, if you want to continue making lies and rumors and all that different stuff about me, fine, go right ahead. Just at the end of the day, you got to understand, though, that karma stuff, it is real, all right? And the thing is this, you're going to be telling yourself in your head, like, nah, man, he's just saying that to scare me. Karma ain't going to do nothing to me. It's like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. And I'm like, nah, bro, karma don't work like that. Just because you say in your head that you're doing the right thing doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing, all right? But no, it would just be mad, crazy and funny, though, where let's say his personal info did get leaked out. And then it was, yeah, like pretty much I proved what I've been saying all this time, that he's a kid. And let's just say his parents somehow, some way got a hold of this. Like, yeah, because I'm like, the thing is this, when you look up a person, you could definitely see like their relatives, friends, family, all that stuff and things. And then overall, his I guess like more so like if it's a cop, like you ain't just no random person, but I'm saying like if a cop could do this, or not, they could, like, no, they can do this, you're like, all right, so because I feel like I need to let's go back on this, because I guess like if it's a hacker, then yeah, then they can easily do it. But let's just say if I did, because I do have like evidence against this guy where it's like if I wanted to and I'm like, hey, I need like not a restraining order, but for this situation to get handled, cops go and they look this guy's name up, figure out who he is, and they were like, hey, we see that overall like this is a kid. We know we got in contact. We can't do anything to the kid, but we can contact the parents and let them know, hey, your kid is cutting up on social media. Fam, and it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you can't use social media while you in school. So at the end of the day, it's all like, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do overall when your parents is like, let's say they find out about this, and now you ain't got, he might have a phone, I don't know. But overall though, well, no, because it's like, he only tweets certain times during the day. So it might be like he might be one of them iPad kids. He just waits till he gets home, got an iPad, and that's when he makes them tweets and all that stuff. But overall though, you know what? And the funny thing is that he is trying to like make it seem like that he is an adult. All right, my thing is this: post a video of yourself. Post a video of yourself like talking and showcasing that you are an adult. But if not that, then it's like, kid, please, like, stop before you mess around and get in trouble. Because I'm saying like, no, the thing is this. With the tweets that you're making, and overall it's all like, I'm pretty sure the thing is this, because there is one of my fans that is like, he's responding to this person, talking with them and stuff, and even he's trying to like get through to the kid and things. But I imagine that if he probably hears this episode, he's all like, oh yeah, I got screenshots, all that stuff. So all I just gotta do is like, so yeah, let's say a detective, he's trying to figure this stuff out. I send or have it where the individual that is responding to this kid, he goes and he sends over screenshots to me of all the tweets that he done made. I mean, there's some of the tweets that I do have screenshots on, but overall though, I send it over to a detective, then it's like, all they just got to do is just so like, okay, well, we'll just figure out where exactly this person is. Okay, they're at this address. We're going to knock on the door and see, what the situation is. See when parents is opening up the door and they're like, oh, I'm like, oh, so we going to need to see some things real quick. You guys got any computer devices? Because I just remember that from one of them body cam videos where they was like, in cops, when they get like one of them search warrants, they overall, but if they get like a search warrant for everything, then it's like, it'll be a situation where all they just got to do is, get the search warrant for the electronics, computer, tablets, all that stuff. And then he could try that whole game of like, oh, I'm just going to delete the profile and delete all the tweets. Nah, bro, that stuff is like in the database. You can't get that stuff deleted. So overall, though, he goes ahead and, he tries to delete it, can't delete it. Then next thing you know, cops get a hold of it. And the thing is this, they might not be able to do nothing, but your parents can, though. They could be the ones who are like, nah, you're like, when you move up out this house, then that's when you could get into electronics. And he seemed like the type of person, just based on how he's tweeting, he don't seem like the type of person that could take care of himself. So really, at the end of the day, is it worth it? Like, is it really, really worth it? Like I'm saying, if you really be watching my videos, I'm saying, bro, it's like, the thing is this, there are hidden signs in any video that you can watch, and any video that you can watch of mine or just overall on the internet. And I'm pretty sure you done seen some things to where it's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be carrying on like this. I'm saying, bruh, if you're hearing this episode, this is your sign. Let the situation go. It makes no sense to be carrying on the way that you're carrying on. And I know people are going to try to flip it on me talking about, oh, you need to let it go. Fam, if this guy would have never made tweets about me, I wouldn't have not known who he was. So at the end of the day, it's like, this can't be flipped on me talking about, oh, you need to he's tweeting about me. So I'm like, if anybody needs to let it go, he needs to let it go. The whole Just the Robot fan base needs to let it go. Just the Robot himself needs to let it go. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.